But yeah, it's such an honor.
Whoa, we got an echo.
Told them unless it was champagne, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, even better.
I like that.
I'm that way, but with horchata. That's kind of my jam. Just sit there staring at it. It's amazing. Can't go wrong. But congratulations on Ultraman Rising. We all got to see it. It was absolutely delightful. I think emotional is a good word for it. There was some mustaches. AJ's a sucker for the
Oh man. Dude, I'm loving like all parts of that.
It was fantastic. Beautiful movie.
Wait, did you cry?
I got a little misty-eyed, but I cried. So I'm not credible because everything makes me cry these days.
But you didn't cry in the movie?
I did. I'm saying I'm the guy that's gonna cry.
Okay.
That's just cue the waterworks. It doesn't matter if everyone's bound to hobbits or if it's a Kit Kat commercial, whatever. I just start bawling. Ever since I became, he had a story to tell. But yeah, ever since I became a daddy, I just am so emotional now.
Like, dad,
I am. Thank you. Yeah, it's just everything gets me now. It doesn't matter what it is.
May I ask?
I'm okay.
How old your kids
are? 2.5. Celebrated his half birthday on June 2nd.
My man.
He celebrates half birthdays.
I do. December 30th is my half birthday.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and the actual birthday is like
Couple days away. I know. June 30th. Kevin over there got me his awesome Dr. Pepper cotton candy and Dr. Pepper jelly beans.
I was trying to math for a second. You're like December. I was like, what's half of
Is my
December?
half? Yeah, totally. Yeah, June 30th.
I do the same thing.
Well, let's all wish him a happy birthday, man.
Yay, that's fine. I'll jump out of a giant cake.
Yeah, in champagne.
No, 100%. But no, we're all very excited about Ultraman Rising. It's so cool to see it premiere on Netflix. Your life's probably been a bit of a whirlwind since the building up to the release and the release. I know that it's exciting when you have a new project out into the wild, and it's been very positive. Everyone in our community is very excited about Ultraman. I know for me personally, I always knew who Ultraman was, but I never really got to watch any of like the Ultraman series or movies or anything like that. So congratulations, Ultraman Rising was my entry point into Ultraman.
Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate you watching. The cool thing about Ultraman Rising is you don't have to have any previous knowledge of the character. So the fact that you get to jump in, learn who Ultraman is in that aspect, I think it's the perfect movie for everyone.
That's delightful.
Yeah.
And Emmy's so cute. It's like, oh my God, she's so funny. I just want to go like a giant plush. I want like a ridiculous, oversized, like novelty side plush of Emmy. I want it to like be able to go in the carpool lane with this thing.
Plus one for that.
I want a beanbag chair of Emmy that I can sit in and she look over me.
Yeah,
take notes. We want these made.
Yeah, I used to want my own elephant. Now I want my own Emmy riding on top of an elephant.
Wait, elephant from?
Just a real elephant. I can't have one, so I have to donate money to orphan like rescues. But that's the closest I'll get. Kenya is a bit of a journey. But one day I'll make it there.
I'm thinking about going to Thailand next year.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, nice.
You got to get into a high-speed chase with like the police and hop from boat to boat like they do in the movies.
Yeah, that's a lot of like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Jet Li movies.
Yeah. Like straight like double impact.
Yeah. Dude, good memory.
Yeah. Chaz and Alex. I was like, "Whoa, you mean there's 2 Van Dammes in that movie? Oh my, take my money,
one
please."
Too many for me. I'm in love already. He was amazing. He grew up. The splits, when he was blinded in Bloodsport, like all that, dude.
Oh, going up against like
trying couple. Nope. Mom, Dad, I've hurt myself.
There was a time when he was doing that like in every movie.
He was.
Even if it doesn't even apply, he'd come into a room and he's just over there.
And that's why I was thinking, like, it's probably not that hard. It's definitely hard.
Yeah, right. He did the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah, he's awesome.
That movie's amazing. Raul Julia, so good.
Him as Bison, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Bison is supposed to be a beast. He was intimidating. He was an incredible actor, though. Actually, I believed it. He was that good.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Chun-Li's telling her story about how her father died. He's just making his
line. That's the line I still have till today. For you, it was the worst day of your life. For me, it was a Tuesday.
That's hardcore. She's like, and you just see all this like her whole face just like sink in, like this nonverbal cue of, wow, I don't think you could have disappointed me anymore. It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean Street Fighter. We can jump around a little bit. You're a gamer, right? What games are you playing these days?
Basically, every night we are playing Call of Duty. Meaning, like, there's a squad of us. We
Sure.
always fill up the squad of 6 in multiplayer. Search and destroy. Sometimes team deathmatch. I trash talk.
Do you play with a plastic army hat on your head?
I should, in fact, and I'd have like 2 sodas with the straw. I should do that. But no, I
Get into
actually,
character.
I
man.
got my Turtle Beach, man.
Oh,
My
perfect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm stealth mode up. It was the A100s,
Oh.
A150s.
I
Anyway,
mean-
I got a good headset,
Perfect.
and
Okay.
I'm rocking. Every night I play with my boys, my friends, and we play Helldivers 2. We play Elder Scrolls Online MMORPG. I play with my dad.
Sure.
What else we play? Gotham Knights. No, we don't
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's been a while
Gotham Knights,
since we
right?
played
You were Nightwing in that
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I actually do play Suicide Squad. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, I played Nightwing in Gotham Knights, which
That's
is a lot of
fantastic.
I'm like kind of peeking up at a little comment, and I already see Mutek ET, one of our longtime viewers, says, Chris, loved your interpretation of Nightwing.
Dude, thank
Ooh,
you very much.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I loved playing Nightwing. In fact, like I had a picture of Nightwing on my cell phone, who I thought was Terry McGinnis for many years, and beyond. But I found, as I was helping my dad move, I found my Grayson book. It's like really big book of all the comics put together. Anyway, inside was the same image of, Dick Grayson doing crunches upside down, just a thirst trap of a shot, right? And he's holding his Screamer sticks, his collie sticks. And I had that as my wallpaper on my phone for so many years that when I finally auditioned for the role and I found the book during the callback, I was like, dude, I manifested this. Like I was meant to be him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I never thought I could because I'm Asian American, But DC really took the chance and provided a huge opportunity for diversity. I love that.
That's fantastic. I have a cardboard cutout of Chris O'Donnell as Robin, but not quite the same thing. But we're almost peers
Both
at this
huggable.
point.
Both huggable. I actually met Chris O'Donnell on the set of NCISLA.
Oh yeah,
And I was
that's
like,
awesome.
bro, like I play Nightwing. You are my Nightwing. Can I get a picture?
That's
And
cool.
he's such a cool, down to earth guy. We just vibed, man.
That's
we
right.
Just chat.
Have you gotten starstruck meeting anybody?
Oh,
before?
so many people. Yeah, I mean, being here with the Bandai collection.
Sure, we took
man,
your breath away right away. Right?
I was like, oh my goodness.
See, Gundam, I think, is probably the one thing everyone comes into, like, oh.
Yeah, that was incredible. Me and my youngest, we just built a Gundam collectible figure.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah, so huge fan of
I'm
that.
gonna send
but-
you some more.
Yeah.
Awesome. Believe me, we'll throw them up on here. We'll tag you guys as a thank you. But no, I think I worked an event at the CAA event, and Oprah came in, and Mike Myers came in, and Uma Thurman, and Vanessa Hudgens. It was just like, and I'm sitting there putting on a corsage because it was prom themed, right? So every
that's fun.
woman walked in, and I'm like, that's a celebrity. That's a celebrity. It's like the whole night I was starstruck. But for me, I think I'd be most starstruck with like Mel Gibson or Bruce Willis is incredible. I saw him
Sure.
and I was like, oh my goodness.
I feel the same.
Die Hard 2 is one of my favorite movies. Everyone always goes to the first Die Hard, but Die Hard 2 is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, man, I don't know. If I met Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd freak out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? There's a long
He's-
list of people.
You're like,
Jean-Claude, bro.
what's it like being governor? The fifth largest economy in the whole world. Don't even talk about movies. Just
Is
talk
it
about
fifth now?
Yeah, California. Yeah.
That's incredible. It's probably because of you guys, in fact.
No.
Yeah. AJ over there with the gashapon
I'm
machine.
like, oh, man, I gotta keep spinning.
Just like a DJ over there, just spinning all over the place.
The machines are sideways, and I'm like this, but I gotta dig to get the ball.
Yeah. Be like, what do you bench? We go up to Arnold and be like, what are you benching these
Bro,
days?
what's up? You need a spot or what? He's like, get out of here.
Wow. Go have like one of those like bubblegum cigarettes. He's always with cigars. You just be like, put it behind your ear and get one good puff out of it.
Hold on, I gotta get another one. You only get one, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
two.
Oh man. So tell us about how you got the role for Ultraman, where you laying in bed and you have a red phone under glass that just started beeping and you're like, oh my God, and you answered the call and be like, be right there. Let me throw it down.
Yes. Well, that's my toy phone that I have. I was like, why am I doing this? No, actually, surprisingly, I just got a normal email and I did it in my in-home studio and started getting the callbacks. At the same time, I was like auditioning for other roles. But I was like, oh, it's a voiceover, cool. I'm excited, They told me it was Gamma Man. So on the day, they told me, hey, man, you got a chemistry read with your co-stars.
Yeah.
And for Gamma Man, so I got dressed up and I'm ready to work. And then they're on the spot. They're like, "Hey, we just want to let you know you're not doing a chemistry read, and we want to also inform you that you did not book the role of Gamma Man." Immediately, I'm like, positive reinforcement. I'm like, "That's totally fine. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's totally cool." Like, and I'm heartbroken. I'm distraught. Like, I was like, "Oh man, that sucks." Like, and then he sneaks out. He says, "You in fact booked the role of Ultraman."
Oh man.
But I didn't hear that because I'm so sad. And I was like, "No, it's fine." Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, awesome."
That's right.
Oh
Yeah.
man, so like
And
in
he's
the
like,
moment.
Yeah, he's like, "No, Ultraman, dude." I'm like, "Yeah. Wait. So I came to terms finally, and I ran to my closet and I pulled out my Ultraman figures. I was like, "Dude, the Ultraman." He's like,
That's so
the
rad.
Ultraman.
Did you have to be pretty hush hush about it? I know that sometimes they like to be super secret with those types of things, but are you on the phone calling your parents? "Oh my God, I booked Ultraman. I'm doing it. I'm a superhero."
I can't say I did call them, NDAs, but I
Gamma Man.
yeah. I
You
can
can
tell
say
you
I didn't get the role of Gamma Man.
I was hyped.
Wink,
man.
wink.
Obviously, you can't say anything. Just like coming to these super secret Bandai Namco, you can't say a thing because
No.
there's so many amazing things that are being made here right now. It's like the Wonka chocolate factory. You're like, "I want this and this." It's amazing.
Yeah. Augustus
can't say
Gloop
anything.
is floating down the hallway over there.
They're blueberry children. You're like, what? No, it is really cool. Like I wanted to tell the world, but
Oh,
That's
of course,
exciting stuff.
I'm a
Difficulties.
professional.
So can you walk us through what the voiceover process is like? You pull into a studio, you walk into a booth. Are you just looking at pages, or are they showing you what's happening on screen? Are you drawing your inspiration from the words on the page, or do you get to see cool action sequences happening?
It's a great question, man. Most of the time, if you're lucky, you get to work with other people in the room. And when you're working with other people, there's always an energy, there's a synergy, there's a chemistry. For the most part, like, you're going to be by yourself in a booth just working, and there's a glass window that separates you and the team that's putting together the show or movie or whatever it may be. In our situation, it was like Shannon Tyndall, John Aoshima, Lisa Poole, Tom Knott, Brett Marnell, Makiko Akita, and whoever else may be in the room, Carlos, or anyway, long list of people. And you're going to do a performance, you go, "Shuwatch!" And you wait.
Yeah.
And then they go,
It's like once more with
1
feeling.
second. Yeah. And you sit there, you see them talk, and you're like, "Oh my God, yeah." And they go,
yo.
"Good job."
Yeah.
But not in this situation.
Sure.
They were extremely professional. Shannon was giving great notes. He never gives line reads, but he would give notes. Try it like you're on the set of Bandai Namco, and then you're like super excited.
Yeah.
"Oh, this is great. You watch."
Christmas morning, you get your new
tone it
figures.
down, dude. Like,
Yeah.
But no, it's that's kind of what you work with. I asked, "Hey man, could I bring in other actors so I can work with them? I'm gonna knock this thing out, dude."
We got a brand new sofa with cup holders.
Yeah,
You're,
this is
noticed.
legit,
you're the
dude.
first person to use those cup holders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoosha.
Yeah.
No, this is great. Punch it. I don't know why.
No, it was a great cast, and I'm sure it is tricky when you're in a room all by yourself. And I don't even know if it's making sense as you're reading it, if you know what's going to happen. Did you have the whole script ahead of time so you could know the whole story from start to finish, or was it just pages here and there and you have no idea what's happening?
Well, for me, day one, I got the whole script. I got to read it the night before, and I
Brag about it.
bawled my I bawled my eyes out. I took a photo. I sent it to Shannon. I was like, "I don't do this. I swear."
Just finished reading.
I did, and he was laughing. He was like, "Thank you." And I heaved because the story is so relatable to me in my life, being mixed, being someone who doesn't fit in, being a lot of the same elements of the movies, right? So
Right.
it is beautiful. But I had the whole script on day one. We went through the whole script on day one, knocked it all out. We even rushed to the end and we finished, and it was like, can't believe we just knocked out the whole movie. But there's rewrites. There's obviously the performance wasn't as strong. It was, we got it better each time.
Right.
But there's a lot of influence. Like Guillermo del Toro even consulted in the project and gave some insight on what he thought would make the movie stronger. And
he's a super geek, right? He
Dude.
loves the nerdiest stuff, and he's so passionate about it. So that's a great
he's a huge
consultant.
Ultraman fan too. So he really helped with the movie as well. And he recently posted about it. So I'm not just making this up. You can fact check that.
Oh, Brian's gonna fact check.
There you are.
He's like, actually? Yeah. No, he's a really cool guy. He's a sweater too. I was talking to him in the hottest room one time, and he was this poor guy who lost 50 pounds because it was just the hottest room ever. Super sweet guy. It was when that Crimson Peak came out,
Nice.
and this cool display of like everything had a 3D effect because it was shot with the effects sort of had like this exaggerated edges to it to give it like a real like creepy vibe, like it was its own little character in the house. Yeah, it was really cool.
Oh,
And
I
so
love that.
I'm like listening to what he's saying, but I'm kind of mesmerized by the set piece, and I just feel like it was like this optical illusion that was happening. I was like, this is that Hollywood hocus pocus my mama warned me about. This is crazy. Oh, it's good stuff. So speaking of mamas, you know, let's go back in time a little bit. Were your parents supportive of you wanting to be an actor?
Yes, they were always supportive, and whatever I chose to do, they were like, "Go for it." And I think that really rounds a person out. It teaches you, you know, the bold outlines of what failure is, so you get the straight line of what success is, right? So they allowed me to fail and fail and fail, and through my failures, I found a path. And I failed a lot as an actor. I mean, I'm still failing to this day. I'm auditioning all the time, and I don't book nothing, right? But through failure, you get stronger, you get better, you learn what not to do.
Sure.
And my parents are, you know, my dad used to be like, well, you know, you could try this a little better or try that a little better. Now my dad's like, I think that's a good performance. That's okay. I'm like, thanks, Pops. Thanks.
Oh, that's
dude."
great.
Now you have Ultraman. So
Yeah, next time I'm gonna be like, here, hold this action figure.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think. Yeah, tell me.
My buddy Ultraman
voice
says
on
I'm
there,
doing
baby.
this.
Yeah, right. What do you think about that performance? Huh?
Do you sub in the word ultra for everything now? Like, I'm having an ultra good time. Do you do stuff like
Good
that?
start. That's a great idea. I'm gonna coin that. Yeah,
You can
That's
have
an
that.
ultra good idea. Yeah.
We're full of good ideas around
it's
here.
an
I
ultra
see
good
it.
idea.
Ooh.
It's starting. I love it.
That's great. When did you get the bug and decide that this is what I want to do? Was it like a play where you got to be a tree and on stage or anything
That
like
was the
that?
best tree. I was an ultra.
An ultra tree.
Yeah. No, my dad was in the Navy, and when he was deployed, he would record himself reading books. And I'd see my dad on TV, and I'd see him, and he'd be reading, and be like, "Oh, Christopher, sit down." I'm like, how do you know I was standing up? Like, this is crazy. And then my mom would get that huge rig of a camcorder, right,
Sure.
with the VHS tape, and she would record us. And so I was on camera. I was extremely shy, but because it was for family, I would always have a good time and laugh. But I caught the bug at a young age, and I was like, I want to be like my dad on TV, and I'm loving being on camera. And I knew nobody. And when I first came out to Hollywood, so I
Right.
went and again made too many mistakes. But luckily, I found my path.
No, that's great. That's what it's all about, learning. All three of our dads were in the Navy, actually.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we have the same, like 29 Palms is where we, part of our lives spending growing up. And it's really funny that I have another human being on this planet that I can communicate with about 29 Palms, and that's because our dads are in the Navy.
Yeah.
That's legit. Where's 29 Palms?
Middle of nowhere.
Right on the way to Vegas or something.
Have you
like
seen
that?
Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah.
That's 29 Palms.
That's next door. Got it.
It's not that far from here.
When you need your
legit.
gasoline, you go to 29 Palms.
That's amazing, bro.
No, it's crazy. So I was sort of web stalking you earlier, and I saw one of your early acting credits was The Bold and the Beautiful. And this is a soap opera that I got to watch as a child. My mother, my grandmother, they were really into it. I still had like the theme song like burned into my head. With, like,
Sing it.
Oh my God, with like Sally Spectra and all that stuff. I was like, oh my God. When I saw that, I just hit with this wave of nostalgia. And like we recorded it on VHS, so when my mom got home from work, we could watch it and everything. She was like, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, As the World Turns, Guiding Light. I was up to date on everything. And it just blew me away when I saw that. And I was like, oh my God, Bold and the Beautiful.
That theme song just kicked right
Yeah,
back in.
immediately, because it was like this whole fashion show. Like it was like, ooh, we're edgy and everything, and it's fantastic. And then also Days of Our Lives, right? You had a long stint on that, like over 300 episodes. Fantastic.
Thank you.
And also, you're a baseball player in that, right? And so you,
Theme.
yeah, you're like, I'm ready, man. I know how to play ball. And that one was like the sands of the hourglass. So are the days of our lives.
Ooh,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
You really do know your stuff.
Oh man, I know the story. We called them our stories
Yes.
back then. Gotta
That's
watch my stories.
They are steamy too.
Yeah, right. Oh, 100%. Oh man, and then like when you were a kid going in line at the grocery store and sort of those impulse buys, like Soap Digest or something like that. What's Victor Newman up to these days? That
It
little
doesn't
schemer.
happen as much this day and age. Everything's just on the net.
I know. There's no waiting. Why watch? It's like watching yesterday's news tomorrow. It's no good with print.
Blows my mind that you know that. That's so cool,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh,
He remembers like the craziest thing that no one should or does remember, but for Justin, it's like right off the bat, like, oh, remember this? Why do you know that?
Dude, my wife, I think she wants to murder me just so she can donate my brain to science and figure out
Oh,
why
that
I
would be
know these
wicked.
things. I know. And she's into those murder shows. So, like,
Noted.
but my whole family knows that she is the primary suspect. If I fall down an elevator shaft like in a soap opera or something. Did you get a cool death on Days of Our Lives, or did you just leave town? Like, oh, I gotta pack my stuff and get the hell out of here. I gotta go my own way. Did you get that storyline?
Yeah, did turn over the shoulder. Yeah, see you later. No, actually, I had a wonderful experience on Days, and they left the door open for me to come back.
Ooh.
So
You could even have like an evil twin brother, have like a little mustache or something.
I need that. Yeah, like the Ultra Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants a figure of that
I want
so bad.
What I want to recreate is literally that moment where Ultraman and the dad. Ooh,
I did it. This is brand new. Don't break it.
You and the dad do like the pose together, and he just comes
Here,
in.
put your right arm up.
Yeah, like this. And I was like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's new to me. I love it. I marked it right down. Like, that is the moment I want to recreate my figures. Like, we always talk about in all our figures, we always have a line where it's always like recreate iconic poses seen from movies, show, whatnot. And that's one of those where if there was a figure, I want it in that pose.
Dude, that's the best part too. In fact, excuse me, Ultraman was 1966, right? And now I think that was the first time that they'd ever done that with the Specium beam. So how unique and how cool
Yeah.
to do something after 60 years to do something brand new.
Yeah.
Shannon and the team, man.
We were doing a
Josh.
video once for Ultraman figure, and we were in our pose, and out of nowhere, I just go ultimate chop, and then I just hop around AJ, and I just like whacking him, and you can totally see it was a total improv moment, and AJ's like, "What the heck is going on?"
If anything, if that was an Ultraman show, that would also catch up with the kaiju. I'm like, this guy's just chopping
I'm
me
just
up.
like hopping around him, just going whack, whack, whack. Oh,
Wow,
great.
this is actually really nice. You go lower.
Okay.
Ultimate massage. Yeah. Oh man, so you have some really fun video games on your resume here. We got Fallout 76, post-apocalyptic world. Everything is horrible. Who doesn't want to play that game, right? Absolute blast. Ghost of Tsushima. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Talks
Yes.
about it.
Oh my gosh. I just walk around like just a Ronin through the office. I run all crazy through the tall grass, sneaking up on people.
Where did that grass come from?
Did you see Justin lately?
Oh man, I love that game. And it came out at the right time too. I mean, it's 2020, it's pandemic. No one really knew what to do with themselves. As someone like me that's just a busybody that always needs to be talking to another person, I had to find something to do. I was even driving my dog crazy. She's like, I don't want to play with you anymore, Daddy. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, find something to do. And Ghost of Tsushima was like one of those things that got me through the pandemic. Did you have any kind of weird struggles through like the shelter in place? Find something to do at home? Did you pick up any crazy hobbies or
Ghost of
anything?
Tsushima was our jam. Yeah, we played that. We played it all the way through. Like when multiplayer came out, like me and my youngest, we play it still. Like, well, actually, we haven't played in a while. Right now, we're playing Elden Rings, and he just finished the DLC.
Whoa,
Yeah,
really?
he's awesome. He's legit, man. Yeah.
Dude.
I was talking to him about it, and he's giving me all the tips. I'm like, I think I got it.
Yeah.
I got to figure this.
Yeah. We just walk
Honestly,
around with You Died shirts on all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably I haven't got the DLC just yet. Still stuck on Call of Duty Search and Destroy, but I talk smack. I hope you eat mayonnaise with a spoon. Like, that's how I talk smack.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
Like,
I hope you get every red light on your way to the office.
yeah, right?
Oh, that's a terrible.
Yeah.
All the red lights. Oh.
Good question. Is that a Mario tattoo?
It is. Yeah, so
Dude,
Mario
that's
and Bowser.
awesome. And Bowser.
Yeah.
I saw the boots. I was like, no, it can't.
Everyone
be.
guesses it's a Mario one. Yeah,
That's so fun. We probably should do a game like that, just like a little bit.
Yeah.
You know who this is?
That's
Reveal
wicked.
it.
So yeah, the first video game I ever beat was Super Mario Brothers, and
Number one?
Yeah, the very first one,
On Nintendo.
and on Nintendo, and
My
yeah.
man.
So when I beat that, it just was that's what got me into video games,
Yeah.
essentially. And we had like an Atari 2600, but all those games you just can't win. Like they're just
Yeah.
a bunch of dots hitting other dots, and you're gonna die. And well, they're fun in their own way, but when the NES came out, it was just this whole leap in graphics for me, and I was glued to my TV, and I played till I beat it, and it was amazing. And so I actually got the Bowser tattoo first. He's kind of my hero. He's one of those guys. He's a go-getter, right? He keeps getting defeated, but that doesn't stop him.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna be with this princess,
guy, yeah.
and I'm gonna rule this kingdom one way or another. So
Did you play Super Mario RPG?
I did. In fact, You know what's cool? I got to go to Japan for the first time in November last year, and we were there when the re-release came out on Switch. And I got to buy a Japanese-developed game in Japan in like the kanji and everything, and I still haven't even opened the remaster.
It's funny because he was like, when we get to the Nintendo store, I gotta go pick up this game, and that's my only goal this trip. I'm like,
dude, right when the re-release came out, remastered version, I pre-ordered it. And then it came out in November or something.
Yeah.
That's when I got it. I played it through 3 days, beat it, got Gino, leveled them all the way up. Like,
that's awesome.
Oh, I love that.
I haven't opened mine. Mine's still in the package.
But wasn't that like on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was my jam.
Yeah. I still have my Super Nintendo. I pop in a game every now and again, like something like Turtles in Time. I like to play that a lot.
Secret
Mortal
of Mana?
Kombat 2, Secret of Mana. The best music is in Secret of Mana. Oh my God! When I go into town, it's like that.
It's my soundtrack, game soundtrack existed for these moments.
Dude,
Like the cat and the Neko?
Oh yeah, I've dabbled in like making like chiptune music and everything. I'm not that good, but
DJ, let's go. You gotta throw it on, bro.
Oh man, it's fun. Like something like Streets of Rage too, having like the best music ever. Like it's
Battletoads?
like Battletoads. Yeah, it's hard.
It was
Actually,
so hard.
like, that's why I played like Turtles in Time. Because I'm like, I can't do the Toad version. I
Yeah.
gotta do the Toad version.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You remember Battletoads meets Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Remember that game?
Yeah.
That was fun, dude.
Remember Double Dragon?
Double Dragon 2 was like 1,000 times better than Double Dragon 1.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is where it's at. I was like, Double Dragon, that's like the second level, and I was like, I'm terrible at this game.
We need arcades back.
Yeah. I know, right?
Double Dragon's like one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Double Dragon.
Yeah.
It was like Scott Wolf in that. Who was in that?
I know the guy from the Iron Chef.
Mark Dacascos?
Yes, Mark Dacascos.
Oh my God, that's right, dude. Mark Dacascos was my hero, dude. Banana way, the capoeira, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so amazing.
Oh,
and
it's so good.
I'm such a fanboy of Mark Dacascos.
Yeah.
He's incredible. Shout out to Mark Dacascos, everybody.
Yeah. I'm sure he's watching.
Yeah, he's on. He's on.
Yeah, one of the 1.6 million. Yeah, he's the 6. No, fantastic. What about prepping for a role for voice acting? You do a lot of voice acting work. Are you doing this in front of a mirror, in the shower, in the car? Are you answering every question with your family in a different voice? How do you prep for stuff like that?
I just call AJ actually. He
There you
knows what to do. He's like coaches me through it all.
I actually sometimes I don't save the number, so I don't know who it is. So when I get called, hello?
He's like,
this?
new number, who this? I'm like, AJ, bro, it's me. Remember? He's like, I don't know.
He's trying a new voice too. I'm like, I think that was good. I didn't know who it was.
It's not raspy enough. Smoke 200 cigarettes and call me back.
Honestly, I read the character notes, I get an idea, and I go, let's try it. And then on the day when we're there, I do it, and the directors go, what were you thinking, bro? That's totally wrong. And then we work together. And then, if they want me like a deeper or a higher register, we find it, we work on it, and then it's our job to just stay in that zone and continue to refine the character. And that's it.
Sure. Easy peasy, right? Anybody could do it. That's what you're telling us.
You know what? Honestly, I think the number one thing is people forget in voice acting, it's not just about creating a voice, it's about understanding how to act.
Sure.
If you can act,
Which we
you can be a
can't.
voice actor.
We're terrible.
You guys can.
No.
I was gonna be a robot the whole time. Beep boop.
Nailed it. Star Wars right here.
Yeah. You've also been in Star Wars too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Right? Resistance and Visions. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
A huge fan of Star Wars growing up. Incredible to be able to work with BB-8. They flew me to New York to work with Oscar Isaac, Poe Dameron for Resistance. Nice. I mean, it's like I'm still a huge fanboy. So thank you. Thank you to Star Wars and everybody there. Dave Filoni, thank you.
Do you have your own lightsaber?
No. My
character.
You
gotta go to Disneyland and build a freaking lightsaber.
I'm down to do it with you guys.
Oh man.
But like, here's the thing. My character was the greatest pilot in the galaxy.
That's great.
Well, he might not be, but he claimed to be.
All pilots have that ego.
But he didn't have a lightsaber. He's like not a Jedi.
The character doesn't need one, but Christopher needs a lightsaber.
True. I do need to hit a few people with lightsabers.
That's how you get to the front of the clubs, man. They remove the velvet rope when they see a guy with a lightsaber.
Hey, what's up? They're like, yes, sir, right this way.
Yeah,
right away.
I'll just cut the red carpet and walk in.
That's what it's all about.
That's legit.
No, that's cool though. Like, you're a fan first, right? And then, you got to take that sort of respect and what you appreciate about it when you take on a role in that franchise. It's got to be interesting.
And that's what I did with Ultraman. Like I knew of Ultraman, and I remembered Ultraman growing up. I didn't know enough about him, so I started studying Ultraman. I watched the original Ultraman and Ultra 7, and I started studying all the kaiju, and I started really understanding all the iterations of Ultraman so that I could be like, okay, G, Belial, Tiga, Dyna, the Ultra Brothers, Ultraman, haha, and just go down the list, right? And so I wanted to make sure that I was doing justice to the franchise, as well as Nightwing, as well as Star Wars characters. And this is why I never got a lightsaber, because I wanted to respect that. I was out of my character.
Sure.
But again, you guys are the homies, so let's get some lightsabers.
Yeah. We take them to the raves, right? Those are our glow sticks. Twirling them around.
As you play your 16-bit, you take
little chip tones, got a little keyboard there.
You're like, yeah.
One headphone on there, ready to rock and roll.
That'd be
You got your Gashpon crank?
I got you, bro. I'm just hitting people with the lightsaber.
Dude, this is like a new wave band formula right here. This is
I
happening.
can swing like the lightsaber like a baseball bat and knocks the gachapon to the crowd, bro.
Oh man, now we're talking.
I'm in.
Okay, so I've always wanted to implement a t-shirt cannon into one of our promotions, but now I'm thinking a Gatling gun with gashapon capsules.
Oh,
Maybe like one of those old like World War I ones with the crank.
Stick it down.
dude, that'd be awesome.
Now we're talking.
I feel bad for whoever gets hit by one of those.
Well, they'll sign a waiver. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's got to be like TV-14. Like
Yeah.
it has to be people that take the hit.
Everyone gets a little glove. Like,
Yeah,
guys, you're gonna have to catch these.
catcher man.
Yeah,
Everyone.
100%. This is how ideas are born. Like this.
That would be cool, because then you guys would have your own like fan base with catcher masks walking around, and you would know that those are our
ready.
people.
Yep.
He was ready.
Then we gotta get one of those.
Design the mask with like a half cacapon ball.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh,
gotta-
genius.
We gotta get one of those golf carts with the little ball catchers on them to drive around and catch all the gas.
Yeah, the ones that
Or you can hit
nobody
him.
picked up.
It's got like wide enough things so when you hit him, it sticks to
Sticks,
the.
yeah.
You can show how many gachapons they've been hit by.
It's like a badge of honor, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good stuff. So you mentioned you played Nightwing. Are there any other superheroes that you would want to maybe play, or maybe a villain? What kind of bad guy would you be? You're a nice guy, so you could flip the switch and just be like the most evil person ever.
You ever seen Hawaii Five-0?
Yeah.
So I played the main
Yeah.
antagonist on that series for seasons 5 and
Sure.
6, which is a
Dun,
lot
dun,
of fun.
dun, dun, dun,
My
dun.
man. But they would have me hold this electrical piece, and they would shoot hair on my face, because I was filming Days of Our Lives and Hawaii Five-0 for like 3 years simultaneously. So I didn't have the time to grow a beard. So I'd have to go there, and they'd put a fake beard on me or fill out what I could grow.
Yeah.
And then they would trim it down, and I have my goatee, and then that's how I'd drop into character.
Sure.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Facial hair the whole time when
Don't
watching
trust
that
people
teaser.
with the goatee.
Yeah. I was like, oh wow, how was he doing both shows?
Yeah.
Magic.
was-
Hollywood hocus pocus.
Mm.
Yeah. Abracadabra.
I totally believed it.
Man. Honestly, huge fan still. Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis,
Ooh, that's a good
Yuki
one.
Demers. I see you, bro. They just pitched the whole thing, and that looks amazing. But yeah, I've always loved Terry McGinnis. But like, bad guy?
Do you say cool things like, what did they say, sway on that show? That was like the cool word.
Yeah.
It's like
He was
fetch.
cool.
I'm trying to make fetch cool.
I love Batman Beyond. That was
I
good.
always connected to him because he was like, I thought, oh, I look like him. Right?
Sure.
Like that was my thought process. I was trying to find people that look like me. So Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, huge role models. Michael Jordan, very similar look. So
Sure.
very
I see it.
similar,
I see it.
almost twin. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Sure.
But
I
these
mean,
are actually
that's important though, because finding characters that look like you, like so representation in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
It's a hot topic these days, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's very important for people to see themselves represented on screen. And
agree.
you talked about how you were, you're mixed, you're half white, half Japanese, right? And I know that, so I'm kind of not exactly the same, but I'm half Armenian, half white guy.
Oh, man.
And but I could never be too Armenian, and I could never be too white. I was either too white or I was too Armenian. And it's like, well, what do you want? I don't feel like I'm any of those things. So it's like two-faced. So it's just like an even line down me. Like, so did you have struggles like that, like growing up?
Absolutely. Yeah, in the movie he talks about. You ever have people make fun of you?
Yeah.
The way you talk, what you eat.
Yeah.
You learn real quick.
Sure.
You
I eat a
gotta
lot of
get
ice
some
cream,
talk
a lot of
about that,
candy.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's my whole story. Like People would food bully me, whereas I'd bring bento box or onigiri to school. People would make, I was called racial slurs in Japan and America. Like I never truly fit in. So I never felt Japanese enough or white enough, and especially in Hollywood.
Right.
Not white enough to be white, not Asian enough to be Asian. So I was like,
Like,
where
what
are
are you?
Yeah. So the only roles I really booked were the ones where I'd go against every other diversity. Black, Asian American, Latin American. I mean, the role in Days of Our Lives, I beat out a few thousand people for that role. But I remember going in, it was like a large group of African American, large group of Latin American, large group of Asians. And I was like, where's the multi-ethnic?
Right.
But all of us were going for the same role. It was incredible.
Sure. Sounds challenging.
It was like you had to do a gold Olympic performance to book anything as a multi-ethnic. But now, luckily there's so many others, multi-ethnics that have been fighting the same battle I have, and those opportunities are they're being made on and off the camera for those in positions of power that can continue to facilitate diversity, equity, equality, for a BIPOC. And I think that's extremely important because there is a psychological effect on someone who doesn't have a role model or see themselves as heroes or people in positions of leadership. When others don't see that, they won't see you there. So you're left in a position where you're not as strong and you have to fight for the scraps. When in reality, we're all the same, man.
Right.
We're all human beings in this beautiful melting pot of America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's give each other love.
I believe 100%.
Yeah.
Like when Iron Sheik passed away, and a couple months ago, and he's from Iran. There's not a whole lot of representation in our country, and if there is, they're playing a bad guy or whatever. Right? His whole shtick was being a bad guy for years and years and years. So I have friends of mine that were really impacted when he passed away because he was their hero growing up because that's all they had on TV was Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
And that's really sad in a lot of ways.
It's interesting, but it's good that people can point that out now, because then hey, let's fix that. Now that we see that there's an obstacle or a challenge, let's make it better.
Right.
And I love that we're going in that direction where there's multi-layered characters for every ethnicity to portray, which is so fun.
Yeah, well, 100%. You mentioned earlier you like to write.
Yeah.
So voice acting, you're not necessarily in front of the camera, but there's a lot to do behind the scenes. There's the crew, there's the writers, the producers, all kind of the lots of work to be done behind the scenes. And how much joy do you get from writing? Are you someone that likes to write daily? Do you like to make time out for it each day? Are you disciplined? Are you a disciplined writer?
I'm not a disciplined writer. I'll be honest. I'm a disciplined deadline guy.
Sure.
If somebody gives me a deadline, I'm going to knock it out of the park. In fact, I'll finish early so that we can figure out to make the edits to make it even stronger. However, writing, I don't write daily. I do audition as much as I possibly can, but in writing, I've got like multiple TV shows, a couple of movies. I got a kid's book that's coming out July 7th.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's about being mixed and being the new kid at school. Against my story. It's about a dragon axolotl mix. Axel the Draxolotl.
Love it.
I love that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a cute story in a world of dragons. It's a lot of fun. Check it out on my IG. July 7th, it'll be on Amazon. And you can also buy the action figures on Amazon. And collectibles.
Gotta get that plug in.
But no, I mean, I write. I've got a book, 548 pages. I got a couple of comic books. We were published with DC in the Halloween anthology. Where I got to write for Nightwing as I voiced Nightwing. I got to write for Nightwing, and I brought my buddy in who plays Red Hood, Stephen Oyoung, and I wrote a little series about us fighting supernatural creatures in the DC anthology. It's called Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good title.
Cyndi Lauper's actually going on tour. I got a notification. She's going to be in Seattle this year.
She sent us a cease and desist. I don't quite understand. No.
No, that's great. That's cool stuff. I think one of my first DC comic books was this. It was Superman and Robin, and it was sort of like a parallel to like a Dracula story, and they're fighting vampires, and it blew me away. It was like 2 issues. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
It's always those fun like spin-off ones where like they just do something random like this is totally out of character, but I'm so into it.
Right.
Like, make more of these.
Like, what, in what world does Superman need Robin to help him fight vampires? But whatever, I was there for it. As a kid, I related to Robin because I was like, yeah, I'll be Batman's little helper kind of thing. I thought that was
That's
kind of cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Me too. That's why I was so hyped to play Nightwing.
sure.
Nightwing.
But then he's solo when he's Nightwing. He's like, I don't need you, Batman.
Yeah, bats, get out.
I got my own guy. Look at these abs. I can fight Kieran with these abs all day long. Get out of here.
You look good with abs too.
I don't. I have an ab. I have one.
You're too funny.
Oh, self-deprecating humor. That's where it's at.
I'm in it. I'm in
Oh
it.
man, open mic any day, making fun of myself. I could do that all day long. But no, that's great. If there's any questions in the comments for Mr. Christopher Sean, we're happy to take them. Keep them appropriate. This is a kid-friendly show.
I did see one earlier. It was like, how many grunts did you end up making for Ultraman? Like, how many takes or just how many sessions would be like,
We would save like 15 minutes or 30 minutes at the end of a take to save your voice, and they go, okay, get ready. We're doing screams, we're doing grunts, we're doing rolls, we're doing shoe watches. Yeah, so a little bit of everything. Ha! Cha! You know, it was fun. Yeah, a few days. One time they literally were like, we finished pickups, and then as I was leaving, they get the call for one line. So they brought me back in for a singular line and lots of grunts. All right, cool, I'm in.
That's cool. It's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the movie was. I'm sorry. I got to plug the movie again.
No.
Shannon Tyndall, John Aoshima, Mark Haynes, Lisa Poole, Tom Knott, Makiko, the entire Netflix team, Subaraya, Bandai. Thank you all. This is such an amazing project to be a part of. So honored. And if you haven't seen it on Netflix yet, the entire Netflix team, it's up on Netflix now. Ultraman Rising. You got to check that out.
yeah, I think I've seen it like 3 times or so now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I gotta go back again.
So Toku Chris, or excuse me, is it Toku Texas Cosplay says, who's your favorite Ultraman, and do you have any other favorite Japanese heroes?
The OG Ultraman. I know that sounds silly, but I went back and watched it, like I said. And at first, I was a little upset when I watched the original Ultraman because kaiju were very, very animalistic. They were very,
Like creature features.
they were just trying to survive,
Yeah.
right? They're like wild animals.
We talked about that. Like maybe if you just establish a dialogue before you're beating the shit out of these in the movie, maybe we could solve these problems.
And
It's
that
like
was-
Monster Hunter. You're just killing stuff that's just sleeping. It's like mind their own business.
Broke my heart. But that was it. They actually acknowledged that in the original series.
Yeah.
And so like by the end of the show, they were holding funerals and they were being ripped apart emotionally,
Right.
thinking why do we have to do this? And they even tried to help some of them, like Sibo's doing.
Yeah, get them back to their world or
Yeah.
find a safe place for them on Earth or
Safe
whatever.
zone, little
Yeah.
safe haven.
And then we start Ultra 7 and they're like immediately like, we're here to take over. And it's like now we've got reason to stop them,
Yeah.
which I loved, but it made me love the original Ultraman even more. So Susumu Kurobe, played by Shin Hayata, yeah, man, that's my jam,
Awesome.
the original Ultraman.
Awesome.
That's
I
great.
mean, honestly, I think when I was growing up, there was already so many ultras, and so like I was already doing Gashapon when I was a kid. So spinning, I'm like, which one's this one? And it's always like the little rubber one. So I'm like trying to match it. I'm like, I think I got the one I like. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
but
Gotta
I'll
break
take
out
it.
that diamond monocle and sit there and get your Gashapon.
I think that's the one. We got it.
We got a winner,
Mom,
Mom.
we don't need another 100 yet.
I like all the designs though, like Ultraman Father, Ultraman Haha, Ultraman Chi-Chi, Ultraman King, like with Zero and Taro with the horns, like, and 7 was so cool. Ultra 7 is a
Yeah, I like 7. We had
allowed to
a
curse on this show. Probably not.
yeah, you know what? Because you're Ultraman, you can. You can do whatever.
Yeah, we're cool.
That's heckin' cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mike's Monsters. Did you do the Ichiro pose with Ken during the plate switching moment?
You gotta do that face too. You put a little emoji.
Oh yeah.
Wait, one more time.
It says, did you do the Ichiro pose with Ken during the plate switching moment?
Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not do it. I saw it. I thought man, that's amazing. Again, as much as I love it, like for me, it's not my pose. It's paying homage, yes, to the person, but I'm also not a baseball player. Ken Sato is, right? So I didn't do it.
Do you want a Ken Sato figure?
So badly?
Would you just like take it everywhere you go, sleep with it,
I'll
have
put
it in
it-
your car,
yeah.
have it dangling from your little
I'll be having
ribbon?
conversations with him. He turned left.
Yeah. You're like, I'll do it as long as we can record my voice so I can have conversations with
That would
myself.
be insane. Yeah, no, I mean, come on. I think everybody wants a Ken Sato figure.
Dude,
Why?
I-
Dude, he's a thirst trap. 37.7 million views on TikTok.
Dude,
I need that plus his motorcycle, plus like his whole home base, and
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things I would see, like a play set.
we don't have permission to die until we get that figure in our hands.
I'm in.
That'll be
in.
unfinished business.
Yeah, if
think
it
I'm a-
comes
you're
soon,
saying I'm
then still not in position.
I think Justin confirmed I'm immortal
Yeah.
until I get that.
You do not have permission to die until you have this figure.
Incredible.
On TikTok, Nate's Geeks Lounge wants you to know that you're his daughter's new favorite movie.
Whoa.
That's amazing, man. Thank you
Wow.
so much. Well, your daughter is incredible, and thank you for allowing her to watch the movie. My man, you and your daughter, Next Geek,
Nate's Geek Lounge.
Nate's Geek Lounge. You guys are amazing. Huge shout out from us at the Bandai Namco Lounge to you, my friend.
Ooh, love it. So Juan Saldana, friend of the Hangout, always here. When you're voice acting, do you find yourself physically moving a lot?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I can say, ow, right? Or I can go, ah.
But you really just cut yourself right there on
I've got, yeah, no, don't.
bloodborne pathogens all over the booth.
Yeah, right? They're like, what happened in here?
I'm acting, bro. I'm acting.
Christopher came in, he was very committed to this role.
Yeah, right? I'm always last on the call sheet. No, yes, it's very important because, again, when you act with your body and you physically embody what's happening, you're going to get an entirely different read. Also, timing is important. You throw a punch, you go, huh! Or, huh! Like, see, it's a lot longer, right? So you figure out timing, you figure out a lot of different things. Like when AJ punched me in the chest earlier, like, it was a
Tell people
long
about that.
30. You came all the way from down the hall, so he was screaming, and I was like, "What is he doing?"
Because he watches a lot of anime and you got to shout out the move that you're going to do. So he's like, chest punch.
Yeah, and my man came here with the cha. I was like, "What is happening?"
I was the villain. And
Like Luffy said, all great fighters shout out their fights.
True,
One
yeah.
Piece, that's right.
Muteki T says, Chris, each Ultraman has their own name. So what's your unofficial nickname? Or do they just call him Rising?
They call him Thirst Trap, is what they call
Oh,
him.
I like
they
that.
don't call him that.
Woo!
Actually,
Open a window, this flower is a wilted.
we don't even have it.
it's not my place to say. In fact, I will leave it in the hands of Shannon, John, Mark Hames, and the team to give him that name. I defer.
Man.
No, that's great. Well, we're going to have an incredible Ultraman booth at Anime Expo, which is just a week from today. It starts on July 4th through the 7th at the Los Angeles Convention Center. The booth is 2106. When you walk in the main exhibit hall, will be the next row over. You can't miss it. It's this giant Ultraman display. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait for all the fans to see it. We're going to be rock and rolling all week long at AX. If you see us, definitely say hi. And Christopher, it's great chatting with you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Can we do
It's been an amazing weekend.
Yeah.
In the front, you gotta do it in the
Yeah,
front.
right
so-
at the wrist.
Oh,
Yeah.
right at the wrist.
Yeah.
There was a time earlier where it's like, if it's back, no, it's in the front.
Oh.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one here, straight. And then if you
Whoa.
can bend the hand, that pays homage to the original.
Oh.
This hand here. Bend
Yeah,
it.
bend it like that.
Yeah, there it is.
Whoa.
So I gotta have that.
Squeeze beam.
I like it.
That's the pose.
But yeah, we hope to see you at Anime Expo. It's going to be a lot of fun. 2 weeks after that is San Diego Comic-Con. So this is con season. This is where we shine. We love it. We're everywhere. We love giving out stuff. We'll give you Christopher's stuff. We're running out of stuff.
Take it.
We're going to start borrowing from people.
Take the
But
jacket. Just
it's-
take it.
No, I can't take the jacket.
Nah, it's yours. I love you guys.
Oh, man. But no, it's been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We love the show. Congratulations on an incredible movie. Brought us to tears. We love you. We love Emmy. We love Ultraman. We love mustaches. Oh my gosh, the stash. And no, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your questions and for watching. It's been an absolute blast. Until the next time, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You like that?
Dude,
You
that's
can't have this.